你那天心跳的好快啊，其实你对我是不是有那么一点点的？
He's arrogant, annoying, domineering, demanding, self-important, egoistic, full of oneself, and he's your boss. He's in charge, so basically you cannot do anything. Well, no matter how he behaves, he's only human. And remember, he has a heart. One day, there will be someone to fill his heart, or his heart will fall for someone. And one day is today. Today, we're gonna see our overbearing CEO being a hero for his lady. Before we dive into our other lists, make sure you click subscribe and like to stay with us and get more content like this. Thanks. Please Be Married. Please Be Married is about a standoffish CEO who meets an actress trainee because of an internship contract at his company. Who knows, this apprentice girl would become his future wife, where there's a 5-year-old boy admitting himself to be their kid from the future. Lucky's first love. Not only haughty CEO, but he's also cunning. Just like the title, their story tells of a couple who haven't had any experience of love. They fell in love with each other and finally felt the first love for the first time. Jia has realized he was attracted to Xing Yun, his employee in gaming designer section, since he looked at her presence for the first time. However, because of his high self-esteem, he didn't want to admit it, and he kept commanding Xing Yun to keep working so that she would always be close to him. Well, he was sly about it. But what happens if Xing Yun isn't in love with him? Instead, hates him more because of his manner. WellDominant Love. A smart CEO with mild obsessive-compulsive disorder recruits his assistant in an unusual way. Known as a hardworking, meticulous, and perfectionist person, Yan Jingji often fires his assistant day by day just because of little things. But when he met Nie Xingchen, the assistant of his business partner, who seemed to know him even though they just met, he immediately asked her to be his assistant. Even Nie Xingchen was used as a bartering material for these two bosses. As you might expect, Nie Xingchen ended up becoming Yan Jinji's assistant. What happens if they both start falling in love and reveal the true identity of the assistant he just met? Love is Sweet. Despite being old friends, Jiang Jun and Yuan Shuai apparently didn't celebrate their reunion happily. With his position as director at MH, instead of helping with the recruitment process, Yuan Shuai thwarted Jiang Jun's interview. In his work environment, Yuan Shuai is known as a horrid person, where he's like a wolf, ready to devour anyone who's off guard, and he stands tall as if he wasn't reached. This is what makes Yuan Shuai is one of the most overbearing CEO. My Girlfriend is an Alien. My Girlfriend is an Alien tells the story of a witch alien who gets lost on Earth because her radar signal is messed up. She meets a proud boss named Fang Leng, who had rainy weather heterosexual amnesia, which makes him forget all the women around him. A hilarious and romantic cross-star love story since then started. Once she inhaled the hormone emitted by males on the Earth, she would fall into flowery state and met many funny things after that. In order to survive on the human Earth, Chai Xiaoqi used her various superpowers to solve one accident after another. Hello, Mr. Gu. Gu Nanzhao wasn't an arrogant CEO by birth. He seemed arrogant because of his illness, who was afraid of crowds and intimacy from many people. So he seemed never talk to anyone, even say hi to anybody, except his office secretary, his personal secretary, and his mother. But when there was a will left by his father to marry a daughter from his old best friend, Gu Nanzhao immediately adapted. Even though it was difficult, he found something more beautiful than a warm person, which is love. Love unexpected. One more CEO who became overbearing because he had a weird disease. Shu Nuo. He couldn't feel his heart's feelings, whether it's happy, angry, or sad. He's just being flat and calm. He realized his weirdness and went to a doctor. In there, he was experimented with the latest sophisticated technology that can trigger his feelings. However, instead of recovering, he has another disease, which he's able to feel pain from his trial partner's body, KCE. Well, getting complicated though. KCE then becomes Shu Nuo's bodyguard. As the relationship between protector and protected grows, Shu Nuo's long-lost emotions gradually begin to return, and with them, a whole new world of possibilities begin to present itself. But within this emotional new world, Shu Nuo must ask himself, is he able to accept the feelings he seems to have developed for Yi? Love in Time tells about a contract marriage that occurred between former old friends who were in high school. Lu Boyan was born with an above-average physical and intelligence. Meanwhile, Su Jianan was not. Even though they were in the same class and had a pretty close family background, Lu Boyan and Su Jianan, in fact, never got along. This was because she considered him as a sneaky, cocky guy. So that's why, until they grew up, she didn't have a good impression of his personality. Within their contract marriage, Su Jianan and Lu Boyan slowly got to know each other deeper, and they fell in love. Married first, then fall in love. It tells the story of an ordinary girl, Song An Jiao, who was sold into a wealthy Chu family to pay off debts by her stepmother, who disliked her. She was forced to marry Chu Fei Yuan, the eldest son of the Chu family. Then, the two begin their fantastic love story.
早这么说不就对了？如果你明天还没解决好的话，而你又被人绑到我家了。
In Love with Your Dimples. The play is adapted from Ikiyi's novel, which tells the career struggles of Tang Shuangli, a lost girl who is unemployed, lost in love, and lost money. She originally wanted to be immortal, but because of her unconcealed talent, interesting soul, and frankness, she attracted the attention of the three great male gods, Lu Jiyi, He Chaosheng, and He Qizhan, who are handsome but with completely different personalities.
自从确定你是你时，你在我心里的位置便无人能比。再次遇到你，是上天给我最好的礼物。
为了他，我愿意不留退，破釜